легавая наверху. Да ты чё, блядь, кто тут легавый?
The streets will flow red once more, a great torrent rushing down Rue de Esperance. You wait and see.
The streets will not flow red with anything. Who are you?
I'm Cindy the fucking Skull. What else do you want to know? Date of birth, blood type, the last time I was tested for Hep C.
Go where? Accosting a miner?
Listen to your partner, pigman. Keep your grubby hooves off little old ladies. I ain't no snitch, pigstein. Go forth and forage in someone else's shit. No shortage of squealers in these parts.
Actually, there is a shortage of people who talk to us in a normal, calm, informative manner.
We weren't put on this earth to make your life pleasant, fucko.
The lieutenant furrows his brow at another one of your eccentricisms. Hatred, disgust, it's difficult to tell which of the two is more present in her girl. The woman on the boat does not notice her staring.
That is on her. Someone's got to keep an eye on her.
Ozon is an archipelago 2 days' travel away from Rivershore. Its moneyed residents, used to posh restaurants and upscale boutiques, rarely have reason to visit Martinez.
Probably the Wild Pines rep. We should talk to her. She's a professional negotiator, though. I have the feeling she will be very cooperative while telling us nothing. You should take the lead. Ask her unexpected questions, you know? Do your thing. Don't be afraid to get a bit wacky. Throwing her off is our best bet.
Good idea, piggies. Run along now. Fuck her shit up good. Impound that boat while you're at it. I'd like to watch her swim. Watch your back, ungulate.
Yes?
The pockets of these new jeans are perfect for sticking your hand into. Makes you look cool, calm, and collected. Hey, it's a chewing gum wrapper. It reminds you of the fruity juice of apricots. You should inspect it closer if you have time. By the way, the raw materials were most likely exported from Seaguy, the apricot suzerainty, and processed in Sur-le-Clay into the apricot-flavored chewing gum. Crinkled chewing gum wrapper. The worn label reads, Tutti Frutti. It smells faintly of apricots, with a barely noticeable. You feel compelled to point out that there's nothing fruity about cinnamon. It's a spice derived from tree bark. Good question. There is no answer or secret phrase written on the inside of the wrapper. Yet you're drawn by regret. Stop before you hurt yourself with the Tutti Frutti wrapper. Throw it away, please. You carefully fold the wrapper into a square before putting it back into your pocket. A striking woman leans against the cabin top of her sailing boat, smiling as you approach. Her green raincoat glistens with droplets.
Good afternoon, officers. I'm Joyce. Joyce L. Messier. I represent the board of Wild Pines, the owners of the harbour. You gentlemen must be from the RCM. I'm glad to see you here. I was dispatched to handle a strike, not a lynching. Anything I can do to assist the RCM in this matter, I will. Glad.
That is good to hear, madame. My colleague will take the lead on this interview. I should let you know that he is recovering from an unusual medical episode. Very unusual. But I can assure you of his ultimate competency.
How interesting. I wish you a swift recovery. In the meanwhile, you have my full cooperation, and the...
It's hard to get a read on her precise disposition, but she appears helpful. Is what you want to say, but it isn't that easy, is it? Look at that lady. Take a gander. Squint your... Why, yes. Tucked away under that sturdy green raincoat, almost rustic in its simplicity, while dull orange pearls hang from her earlobes, red from the cold. Her light green eyes, these are the kind eyes of the rich man that seem to... Now look at you, you misery-clad simian, barely able to tie your own laces. Your armpits are lakes, a scythe of... You're poor, poor as balls. You can't ask this person for money. You're too... Oh, but you are. Too ashamed to ask this person for money. Too scared to belittle yourself in her eyes. Oh God, the lieutenant is here too. Do not dishonor the force.
As I was saying, if there's any way I may be of assistance, please don't hesitate to ask.
Voila, you're doing it.
Ah, yes, of course. I'm sad to hear that. How much do you need?
She's surprisingly nonchalant about this. Could it be that she somehow knows more about your predicament than she's letting on?
Come now, nobody carries that much cash on their person, particularly in a place like Martinez. And even if I did, I still would not give you 10,000 real. I would rather buy something nice with it, like expensive hi-fi or a new hydrodynamic E40 sail. It is. Fast and silent. Try again, but lower. I like high-fidelity anything, sir. Now, try again, but lower. That's a good sum. Not too small, not fantastically large.
She removes a few notes and hands them to you.
Whoa, whoa.
Did you see how easy that was? Ask her for more. Toot toot, train to Moneytown. Can you eat honor? Are you an omnivore? Give me a break.
So, I hope I didn't just bribe you, officer. It may not be technically illegal under the Emergency Act, but still.
You're right, ma'am, that donations are permitted under the Emergency Act, unseemly as it may be, as long as they are properly logged with the precinct.
Which he most certainly will do. Now, how else can I help the RCM today, besides supplementing its salaries? Quite a few things, I'm afraid. The information I'm to share with you includes sensitive trade secrets. For the sake of my employer, I have to ask for your names and badge numbers.
Of course, ma'am. We should have introduced ourselves. I am Lieutenant Kitsuragi, from Precinct 57. And this is my colleague from Precinct 41. I'm afraid he doesn't have his badge at the moment. I hope mine will suffice.
How curious. Why is that, Detective?
Awkwardness washes over the conversation. The woman doesn't like this turn of events.
I see. So, are you saying you lost your badge during the course of this episode? I can't hear you, darling. Speak up, please. Oh, dear. Some kind of encephalopathic amnesia. I don't even know how to respond. I do believe you, naive as that may sound. I simply can't imagine what you gain by faking such...
As I said, ma'am, his technique may be very unconventional, but he is an officer of the RCM.
Of course, I sympathize, but I'm afraid I simply can't share...
Hang on. She's a professional negotiator. She should be open to some sort of mutually beneficial arrangement. She's a negotiator. Just float a favor at her. Insinuate.
I will be frank with you. If I'm going to break protocol, I need to be able to justify it to my superiors. They're going to want to see something very...
You're in, but expect her to drive a hard bargain.
Reports from inside Terminal B suggest it's a hub for the local drug trade. This is an open secret in Martinez. The Union controls the terminal, so it goes to reason. The company has tried looking into this matter before, to no avail. Perhaps someone with your authority, or you can recover your badge. Though if I may be blunt with you, it sounds like...
Detective, a word in private before we continue. This is not going quite as I hoped it would, Detective. Honestly, I was expecting you to use your unorthodox technique to keep her off balance, and not volunteer us to be her henchman. This woman is running circles around us. She might have known about your misplaced badge all along, or she's simply an adept improviser. Either way,
He doesn't let it show, but there is a limit to how much the consequences of your unprofessional behavior can cost the investigation.
It would not hurt if you tried more in the future, yes.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? Everything. Right up to, but not including, trade secrets. First, you'd have to repeal the Emergencies Act of Trade in Aliments that gives me the right to silence. It's quite the octopus. Why? By throwing off half a century of foreign domination under the Coalition. Unfortunately for you, but I am derailing us. You wanted to know about the strike. I believe the official title is Senior Labor Negotiator. In practice, I'm a grocery clerk. I relay the union's demands to Wild Pines and
And how are the talks going?
They're not. That's the problem. The union stopped all negotiations. Now they won't even let me into the harbor. There's a 2-meter-20 racist behemoth blocking the gates. Yes, Jean-Luc Measurehead. Let's say I was not making the kind of progress I'd hoped for when I first arrived.
And when did you first arrive?
I arrived 3 weeks ago. Yes, in the middle of February. The bay was still partially frozen then. I prefer to do these things on site, like the RCM.
But the strike began in December.
I wasn't the original negotiator here. I took over after Mr. Gaumont hit a wall with Mr. Clare, the union boss. Mr. Clare refused to speak with Gaumont despite concession.
This isn't the first time the union has gone on strike.
Heavens no. There have been 2 prior strikes. Both times the union won significant concessions, including overtime pay and a medical plan. This time their demands are more, I guess you could say, aggressive. There are leaflets everywhere, and banners. Every worker, a member of the board. Then you might also like their other slogan. Demand democracy. Personally, I agree. It lacks the pizzazzo of every worker a member of the board. It's quite simple, you see. Every time the Wild Pines group makes a decision about what? About anything, really. It needs this. Just so you understand, this is but one of 22 terminals owned by Wild Pines. Essentially, not only are they kings of the company, they are also kings of the 72,000 employees of Wild Pines Group. That may well be. It's not up to me to decide who is king, but as negotiations go, it's not a swell start. I'm not sure. Naturally, I assume that was just their opening position, a hard-nosed tactic with a side of mockery. But there's been no... And now, people are getting lynched, I hear. Behind the whirling...
Excuse me, from whom did you hear about this lynching?
I first heard it from the bowyer at the gates. The one whose very name advertises his aversion to work. I think he said it was, "Call me mañana." The scabs? You mean the huddled masses of Jamrock, come to plead for work where the union refuses to? If they were organized by Wild Pines or its affiliates, then it would be a company secret.
It's implied. She's open to discussing this matter with you at a later occasion.
Of course. How else can I help? That's the man who was killed. I'm afraid this is a discussion for once we've cleared the lynching question. Better not tie the forestay to the bat stay on this. I hope there is something else I can help you with.
She wants to answer the question. Protocol keeps her from it.
Why, yes I am. Of course there are. We're on an archipelago. How else are you supposed to get around? Yes, we are. We are on Le Caillou.
She nods attentively.
Good. Of course, Detective. Take care.
А что, типа... не выпал? Бля, я прям уже... Увлечен в эту игрушку довольно сильно. Что, пойдем глухо дадим хотя бы. Пакет. А пакет для чего-то нужен, по-моему.
Can I help you? Yes, have you got it? Well? Great. Thank you, officer. That's all I wanted. Payment for services rendered.
He's not sorry about his behavior for your sake. Now that you have money, he really wants to make sure you're not angry with him.
It's good you paid before 9 p.m., or your door would have been locked electronically. Please pay for each night in advance starting tomorrow. 20 real per night.
I'll take a room here too.
Of course. Always happy to have officers from the RCM as guests. Anything else I can do for you?
Так, и что же нам теперь делать? Может, вечера подождем, если это можно.
The door is closed. There is no answer. A tremendous loneliness comes over you. Everybody in the world is doing something without you. The door does not.
The door probably thinks you're a has-been loser too. You feel your funny necktie becoming tighter and tighter around your neck.
Still no answer. Still nothing. The lieutenant gives you a quick glance. He doesn't like where this is going.
Так, это моя квартира.
The bed is cold and not particularly inviting.
The option to go to sleep becomes available every night after 9 p.m.
Ну я уже, блядь, на ногах с утра, уже 3 часа, можно бы отдохнуть хотя бы часочек. Ну ладно. Просто если может вечером дождаться, тогда вечером протестанты могли бы, возможно, перчатки. Без пальца.
A couple of indicator lights are missing from this control panel. Loose wires dangle from the now vacant hole. This panel usually closes the water lock, turning it into a bridge that lets you cross the canal. But there's a crashed Samaran buttock. You pull the lever all the way up until the metal clicks against the contact. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. A cold gust of wind blowing in from the sea. Nothing happens. A spring brings the lever back to its original position. You still need to close the water lock. Wasn't there a sign over there saying functionality will be restored on Wednesday morning? You pull the lever all the way up until the metal clicks. Nothing happens. A spring brings the lever. Wasn't there a sign?
Hello again. How can I help you? Let me have a look. I'm not purchasing any more clothing, and especially that tie. It swallows photons around it. I have no need for necrotic
Your mother is a necrotic object! I'm fun! Look at me sparkle in the light of the projector!
Anything else you're thinking of selling? Oh, no. I don't like those kinds of objects. No sale. A photic path, counter-radiance network, anti-magnetism. It's darkness. That's all I know. Sell me something lighter. Another time, perhaps.
Feeling warm and enthralled by the movement of light, while the mind continues to race forward. Lucky bastard. He's probably on Prolidon. It's tough to come by on the street. A drug developed by the military to treat and prevent radiation sickness. It has psychedelic side effects, and it makes your eyes turn yellow.
Why on earth? These are prescription. I can't really see without them.
There's a note of indignation in his voice. Those triangle patches on his vest, you have a feeling they mean something, like they're similar to the halogen rectangle on your jacket.
Prolidon is just something you know, since the People's Power disaster. I was with the Emergency Relief Brigade. Had to take it for radiation sickness.
He's taken it for mental and emotional, not physical pain these days.
There's a reason why everyone's tried to forget any of it ever happened. And why no one has tried to repair or replace so much disappointment and early deaths. Cancer mostly. No one's. Everyone's.
So much.
A bunch of poor people built themselves a primitive nuclear reactor, hoping for the best. What do you think is going? The cleanup happened 15 years ago. I was young then. Later, my second aunt died. Left me this shack and all the assorted junk in it. So I came to Martinez. People told me don't go there. It's a shithole. I said, people, we just had a nuclear pile meltdown. I'm gonna get as far away. I like the theory more than the story. Outward movement.
Yeah, you gotta get in on those vortices, my man. You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets displayed on the table. Some on horseback, others in rags. Try to find something pretty and cool here, then use it to win her back. Everything you pick out seems faded, chipped, and sad somehow. Most of them are just broken toys. Yes, this sounds off. You shouldn't trust this guy. A typical Martinez streetlight sits among assorted floor and table lamps.
It was brought to me to be altered.
We are not here to investigate the theft of city property. You have to admit it's rather clever what he's done with it.
Как выйти отсюда? Если видите в цене что-то сделать от лейтенанта, то можно это сделать. Только я не понял как.
There are clothes inside. Cheap second-hand clothes. Smelling of...
Don't be shy. These are premium class clothes. Good quality fabric.
You find your hands deep in tattered and faded garments made from weird polyester blends that make your body...
Economical, but also trendy. Look first hand, buy second hand. Keep the economy moving.
No good. All you can come up with are some treated wool pants. You can tell they're too tight around your thighs and too loose around the waist. They itch like hell. Like an itch pit in hell.
All natural materials, see? Real wool, 100% skin friendly, and they're yours for only 2 real.
You find your...
Economical, but...
Ну ладно.
Welcome to Rivachol.
Don't you welcome to Revachol me. My grandfather came here from a 3,000-year-old racist isolationist culture, while your ancestors came to this island a mere 300 years ago. Every school of thought and government has failed in the city, but I love it nonetheless. It belongs to me as much as it belongs to you. It's men like you who keep Revachol divided, making it that much harder for everyone to climb out of this post-war limbo.
Come on, man. I just said welcome to Rivachol. It's a lorry driver thing.
I know exactly what you meant. You think my kind doesn't belong here, that I should watch myself. But you see, I'm an officer of the RCM. It's actually my job to make sure you behave.
Silence. The air between them becomes tense. Your partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine.
Whatever you say, officers. Oh man, that's great. Look at that guy go. God damn. Thanks for that, but no, it's not mine. It's about biological determinism, natural law. Not the most popular topic nowadays, with a coalition in charge and all. You might want to change the topic. That is, bury your head under the sand like common sheep. People who've studied these things say that you and me are superior by design. So, naturally, we Occidentals should be in charge. Obviously, you can see the merits in that. Oh? Don't push your luck, Runt. Looking for something, Runt? Come to tell me to fuck off again?
Кстати, я не знал, что здесь проход есть.
An old monument stands in the middle of the traffic island, pointing toward the sea. It looks as if it's been reassembled piece by piece. A silver plaque on the statue's pedestal reads, "I am Philip III, the Squanderer, the greatest of the Philippian kings of Revachol, son of Philip II, the opulent, father of Philip." Not a good track record of mental health in that family. What did he do? You have no idea what you did a week ago. How would you know, high above you, the king stands triumphantly oblivious to your memory trouble? Lonesome, long way home. Here we go. Home awaits. Walk past Station 41 and through the market, past the Boogie Street spearhead to the other side of the lake, the frozen eye at the center of the district. Then, past the video rental store on the corner. There, at the end of a street lined with pine trees, a small house no larger than a matchbox, 11 Voyager Road. You no longer live there. Those times are gone. And so are those people. Why did you come here? Why? Small, wrinkled woman does not greet you. She nods along to something on her radio. A photograph. It's the warmth of a winter night's fire. Maybe she could give you comfort and shelter. Some cigarettes and food money. Maybe no response. Wherever this woman is, your word, nothing. Her smile just keeps...
Wait. She's just a distracted old woman. Better to leave her alone.
Бля, и что дальше-то? Куда дальше-то идти? Я хуй его знаю. Прям еще сходить. Что еще делать-то? Надо все ощупывать. Тут надо все ощупывать. А, во, можно зайти сюда. Тут посмотреть.
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, eternite. Because it's nice and orderly, well-laid palette. No, there's more to this. You get this strange, hard to say. It's gone now. Feelings pass, you see, especially the small ones. It's nothing. Someone just left some roofing material slide. The man before you.
Of course. You have questions into the wild pipe in the past, way out in the west. What do you mean? It's the power of your imagination.
Yeah, man! Don't be crazy! Inanimate objects and dead people can't really talk to you. Your wild imagination is doing this.
He loves those. Because you're a copperoonie. Look at all of them go. Do you want more questions? Coming right up, copperoonie Rooney. This is getting upbeat now. Love did me in, Brother Copo. It was love all along. Sure, Lobo. Looking at my face, motionless, looking into my eyes, standing here. Why are you investigating my murder? You're a lying sack of shit, Copo. You're doing this because there is nothing else to do. Everything else is over. It's just me now. Fuck no. You're no Rooney. Listen to yourself. You're not a Raphael anything. You're probably just Harry or something. That's right. Harry. Good for you. Because you have. Come back later, Copo.
Ну и что там дальше делать?
An old call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta Commerce Center. Nothing happens after you ring the doorbell. They don't want to talk to you. An off-key melody starts playing after you ring the...
Kuno, please stop calling here. Grown-ups don't have time for your stupid games. I thought you were... But the doorbell is broken, and the bookstore shouldn't even be on the list anymore, so I can't help you. Please don't call here again.
A single beep indicates that the line has gone dead. You ring the doorbell. What an ominous name for a hair salon. Doesn't bode well for anyone's hair.
Andro Orlando.
All you hear is static. But no one answers the call. You ring the doorbell, but you wait for a minute or two. But all looks like someone has melted half the plastic off with a lighter. The doorbell, you hear static from the intercom speaker. It sounds as if someone has...
Yes, hello. This is Tricentennial Electric. Have you...
She sounds almost antique. As if her voice was being played off an old wax cylinder. A receiver must not be working properly.
My God.
The lieutenant exchanges a look.
It's you. My God. I didn't think I would hear your voice.
It's a woman, and she knows you. Your heart... No. Something's wrong here. Are you sure she's talking to you?
Так.
Michelle, just please. Why did you even call? I don't understand. You've been gone for months. I thought you didn't. Ever since I came to work here, it's been
A spot of static overrides her words. When
It's so nice to be able to finally meet again.
she sounds like she's about to cry. She doesn't answer. Silence. The only thing you can hear now is static and waves washing ashore on the bay. Another seagull passes by. It's getting...
I don't know what happened either. We should probably stop playing with this thing.
You press the number sign on the keypad that terminates the call. 12 name cards on the call box read. Whatever she says, it can't hurt you. You're a different person now. Strong. All right. Maybe not healthier, but it's a bonus that you've drunk so hard you can't remember any of your past relationships. There's a light buzz as you press the doorbell, waiting for...
Yes, hello. This is Tricentennial Electric. Have you come to place an order? My gosh.
Here come the bad vibes again. Relax. Distance yourself from it.
It's huge. My gosh. I didn't think I would hear your voice again. Michelle. Why did you even call? I don't understand. You've been gone for months. I thought you didn't care.
The voice from the intercom doesn't answer, but you can hear her breathing. Wind blows into your microphone.
Ever since I came to work, as if my mind...
You press the number sign on the keypad that terminates the call. 12 name cards. Silence. No one's home at Fortress Accident. Nothing happens. Silence. No one answers the doorbell. Silence. This button looks new, but someone has
This button looks new. It's probably not connected yet.
Что же дальше нам делать? А, мне еще на 20 реалов. Ну, они вроде... Сколько реалов? 11 у меня, блядь. Надо еще 8,5. Потайные двери. А, кстати, у меня... О, риторика. стоять.
Your race descent has only worsened since I last saw you. You have really let yourself. He does not so much as glance at the object. Stop showing me your pathetic cup. I have no interest in it.
Движение 2.20. Я бы его сваншотнул. Что так бояться? А куда попасть? Это какая-то область есть. Должно быть попасть.
You see a heavy steel door with the door does not. The cobalt blue surface.
Откройте нам дверь.
Can I help you? Another thing. Great. I love that.
Whoa.
Oh, yes, that door. Sure. There's nothing mysterious about it. It's just a... No, I don't have a key. I don't know how to get there. And I don't care either. It's not like I've been... Or some boring storage space with a bunch of old junk and dust.
He's attempting to maintain an air of indifference. It's absolutely not convincing. He looks at the dust on his finger and what?
Oh, yes. No, I... Or some...
He's attempting...
Fine, okay. A little. But my job doesn't leave me time for wondering about one... So, I haven't opened it. I have cleaned the whole place 100 times over, though. Yes?
Так. Надо думать, надо где-то найти ключ. Опа. Найти где-то ключ. О, мужик пропал. Здесь стоял мужик, а сейчас он куда-то пропал.
A crumpled billboard reading, Samaran butter soaks in the canal. Two ugly lines mar the bright countenance of the blonde boy depicted. Whatever it is, the boy on the billboard seems very happy. Judging by the size of the impact and the parallel lines of burnt rubber, the cause was probably a motor vehicle.
Столкновение с моторной машиной. Это она как-то вот так вот ехала, блядь.
Side slip marks indicated that the vehicle was traveling up the crater at 35 kilometers an hour.
35.
The black marks on the roof indicate that the vehicle vaulted from the crater to the roof of the shack. The panel served as a takeoff ramp. The vehicle soared through the air, hitting the billboard and upsetting the posts. The sign broke the vehicle's fall into the canal. The salmon and butter billboard still looks freshly tight, very sturdy but light motor carriage. More likely than most to survive that jump. You'd have to follow the tracks to be sure. The lieutenant looks on. Wait.
Any theories about what happened here? What kind of car do you think it was? That's quite likely, from what I can tell. We're not traffic cops. Should we get back to the murder? If we must.
I'm not expecting him to get far with this.
Yes?
Hello, sir. Step right in. The store is open. Are you interested in a new and exciting book? Okay, sir. I'll try to answer any questions you have. I hope they're about books. My name is Annette, sir. My mum, her name is Plaisance. She owns the store. She's inside minding the register or organising the stock. Feel free to step in and browse our wares. I'm signalling that the store is open. Otherwise, people might not know. They'd miss out on the crime.
A sudden gush of wind turns the pages of the books on the counters. She covers her face, smiling. But she's cold.
Kind of you to offer, sir.
What could you do to help her anyway?
Oh, no, sir. I'm happy to help Mum by luring in customers. Besides, I have some hot juice in my vacuum bottle to keep warm. I do my studies at home at the moment. I have to help Mum keep this place running. Mum says it's necessary to do both because it builds character. Mum says a proper worker is dutiful. Mum says it's peachy. She was a little afraid at first. There's talk about this house being...
Behind her, the window has been boarded up. You sense the boards creaking, twisting for a second, and some kind of doubt in her tense shoulders.
Cursed in the way that makes them say that no business has ever really thrived here, sir. That they all go... Exactly, but we've been doing fine so far. They shouldn't be, but they seem real. Anyhow, they say that these grounds are doomed for businesses. Of course, sir.
This door has been closed with a padlock. A chalk-drawn number on the board says number 11. You hear someone walking.
Свобульский поговорили мы, вот.
Give me a moment. The cold never does any good for my bronchitis. I'm fine. Fine. Don't you worry about...
You're still worried. It's very...
Now, what do you...
She's the cleaning lady. She knows the floor plan and the residence.
Oh, you'll find plenty of Martins here. Don't you worry. Pea-brain. Someone played a trick on you. Martinez is a name for anyone who comes from Martinez, like Sims.
I thought it was obvious. Anyway, officer, we don't have the witness's name.
Yes, I know who you mean. The scrawny boy who's always smoking like... What's he in trouble for? Talk?
What was so funny about that?
He lives upstairs in room 28. Go to the balcony. It's one of those doors there. He's usually home in the evening.
Thank you. We should go check out his apartment on the balcony. See if he's home.
Ask away, policeman. Oh, that one is a scientist. I think he studies astrology at the community college. Something to do with all those stars around his door. He asked me to leave his drawings up on the wall. The symbol of what now? I thought Revachol was the capital. The hell am I supposed to know? Another nut job, I assume. Some lunatic lost his mind.
With how small these rooms are, wouldn't you want to break the wall down?
People come and go. I don't keep an eye on everyone. No one lives there. It's been empty for months. Impossible. I would know if someone had moved in there. Maybe it's those countercultural people again, breaking into a house like it's a public space. You're a police. Great. Young people. They're worse than rats. You know, always littering the hallways with trinkets and empty beer. The artiste? Nothing I can do about her, I'm afraid. She leaves an old lady to her...
She mumbles some kind of a response. Hey. Yes, you. Word on the street is you're ready to start building communism again. You keep saying things like, down with the bourgeoisie, eat the rich, sodomize the landowners, impale all people who have more than 25 real in their pocket. Literally murder all human beings, regardless of their political beliefs. That kind of stuff. Oh yes, the mask of ambivalence. Don't deny it. You're about to rip it off and reveal the monstrous seven-eyed lamb of global communism that would devour and mass. Everyone can see that. So tell me, do you have any questions before we fire up the big communism builder? Or do we get right down to it? Oh yeah, get the firing squads and the animal wagons ready. Too late to back out now. You can't make an omelette without breaking a few million eggs. You hear someone walking around inside.
Excuse me? Of course not.
There's no sweet talking your way in there. Be official.
Oh, come on.
Well, that was easy.
That was smart.
Satisfied? My name is Marielle Charpentier, and I'm an agent with Martinez Realty Associates. I am not breaking in, as I have every right to be here.
Her voice is really cheerful, despite her obviously hating you.
Satisfied?
Her voice is really cheerful.
Do you want to see my ID as well? You can't legally ask for it, but why not? Want to see my residence permit too?
It feels flimsy in hand, with the words Revachol Zone of Control written under a nondescript municipal logo. There's a picture of her.
Thank you. Do you have any questions? I need to be back in Midtown in an hour. Oh, that's another huge mess. The former tenant owes us 3 months of rent. 3. We closed the apartment and planned on auctioning off the valuables, but... And again, I have no idea how stupid mistakes like this can even happen. But Ron, when he came to close...
So preppy. She's probably on some low-grade performance enhancers, like
A hole in the wall. Can you believe it? And then the tenant ran off with his stuff. He's gone.
the sum must have been puny. Oh, it irks her. The incompetence.
These apartments are perfectly fine. They have gorgeous architecture, a million-real view of the bay. I'll tell you, Martinez has a future. In a few years, it's going to blossom with artists and creatives and those...
It's as if they're real wizards, able to resurrect dead real estate and breathe life.
Don't ask me what happened with the wall. I have no idea how we're going to find the time or both apartments are now unrentable. Both. I need to get it ready for the next lease, but as you can see, the previous tenant completely trashed the place. It was some kind of a moribund old man who used to be a business owner. You'd think they'd make rent. But that was months ago. Anyway, was there anything you wanted, or is that it? I'm in a hurry. Of course.
This door has been closed with a padlock.
Так, а мне надо как-то наверх подняться. О, надо же. Очки с откидными линзами.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admit... Oh, not only have you found my address, you've discovered my biggest secret. I'm a coal miner. Yes, I keep hoping a shaft will collapse on me, but somehow it never happens. Does anyone in a...
If there's pain about any particular home she's lost, she's buried it deep, fortified herself against it.
It doesn't have to do anything at all. Nothing does. Shoot, Piggy.
Бля, ящик какой-то там, вон. Как туда попал?
Yes?
Охуеть. Ебать. Ты можешь на стены ходить. Так, 28-я квартира наверху. Вот мы наверх. Блин.
It will still be accessible through the apartment next to it. That one didn't have a door. Sadly, nothing of great indeed. Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out tool. As you tap on the...
There's no use pressing the heat button. It won't start without the ignition.
Translation. We're not alternative translation. Don't even think you can drive my MC.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
10-4, come in. Firework.
Wait. Before you say anything stupid, think it through. Be smart.
10-4, sir, I'm not hearing your question.
What? What is it? He's still on the line?
He wants to verify the information.
But of course, it says Dick Mullen, High General of the Revacholian Cavalry Force.
Tell him to stop wasting time.
What do you need, sir? Over. Well, that's,
Does he actually want something, or is he hell-bent on disrupting?
He asked if he ever told me about his day.
For God's sake, cut this shit out! Tell him to stop wasting...
Sir, Satellite Officer Vic Mars. So, was there anything else? Then,
You probably don't want to continue on this road.
No, sir, I haven't. You're not really keen on mentioning your home life, so I've always assumed things weren't that good on that front. Over. That's a negative, sir. I got 10-12 visitors present here. Over. 10-4.
Hold up, Jules. He doesn't...
Seems like it.
No, fuck him. Don't tell him anything.
Sorry, sir. Anything more I can do for... Understood, sir. Over. Roger that. 10-10. Over and out.
Еще 5 часов уже. Ну и повечерело.
Is this about the questions again? Because I don't really know anything. A warehouse? I don't know. Maybe. I don't really care what Frit does.
She scrunches up her face into an expression of consummate.
Fine. Frit doesn't have a warehouse. Just a little back room here. Okay?
Reality? You mean what?
She is like a student unexpectedly called upon by a teacher. Can she answer the classroom question?
I don't know. What about it? When ordinary people take over the government and, yeah, it happened like 50 years ago or so. Sorry, I'm not very good at this. At history, I mean. We're in Frit? As mankind, or as in...
What will her essay prompt be?
We're in Revachol, like on the Insulindian Isola. You're welcome. Cool.
You see several packaged raincoats fill a low shelf beneath a display of croissants and juice bottles. The raincoats are transparent, except for the big Frit.
Here you go.
The tear machine stands in the corner. A sign says, 1 bottle equals 10 cents.
No. You need tear to use the tear machine.
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister packs. They all bear the Saint-Baptiste Pharmaceutics